Hey there, this is James for James Should Play Guitar and welcome to another video lesson. In today's really short little session, we're going to be looking at finger independence. What is it, why is it important, and what can you do to develop more finger independence in your fretting hand? I'm also going to show you a really short little exercise which you can cram into your practice routine every day just for a couple of minutes, and after a few weeks, maybe less, you'll start to notice a difference in how well your fretting hand is performing. So what do we mean by finger independence? Well, really it's the strength, accuracy and control of each individual finger on our fretting hand. If the fingers are very independent of each other, it means whatever one finger is doing isn't going to interfere with the rest of them, okay? Now this can really help make our playing much more accurate, much more efficient. It just makes everything much easier to play, and it can also help us to be able to play quickly too if that's an important goal for you. There's two ways to develop our finger independence. One is just to keep on playing as you are day in day out, and it'll get better over time just the longer you play, but this is kind of the long way around. I prefer, and what I did is took a couple of exercises which really focused on finger independence. They really made these fingers work individually regardless of what the others were doing, and very quickly I noticed a real improvement in my finger independence. Now the problem is most of us don't want to sit around practicing these rather dull exercises for very long. So what I've done in this video, I've put together one exercise for you, and I'm just going to suggest you maybe play it around for about 3 minutes a day. 3 minutes is over, gone, just like that, at the start of your practice session. It's a great warm-up exercise too. And after a couple of days, I really reckon you'll start to see an improvement. So let's have a look at that exercise now. Let me break it down for you. I've tried to kind of keep it really simple. And what we're doing here, I'm going to put my first finger on the 5th fret on the top E string. I'm going to pick the 6th fret on the top E string and I'm going to pull off back to that first finger. So I'm doing that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then there's a tiny little rest like this. Now you'll notice I'm only picking the very first note here. Okay, now I'm going to lift my second finger up out of the way, and I'm going to do the same thing with my third finger. So I'm pulling my third finger off to my first finger. Again, 7 times and then a rest. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my little finger. So we've got this so far. Okay, one other thing to notice, my first finger is staying down the whole time. It's not doing that kind of thing. And it's also just touching that B string there to keep it quiet. My right hand, of course, is muting these bass strings. Okay, so we've got this. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go back to our third finger and do it again. Okay, so that's the first part of the exercise. Okay, little tip for pull-offs, you want to flick your finger off slightly downwards so you get a flick on the string rather than just lifting it up. You see, it doesn't have the same articulation. It kind of feels weird too to me anyway, so we want to flick it slightly down. You can hear how that's getting quite a strong note when I pull off to it. That's the first part of the exercise. Let's move on to the next bit. What we're going to do now is really work our third and our little finger with our second finger. So we're going to put our first and our second fingers down now. So they're down at the 5th and 6th fret. And we're going to pull our third finger off to our second finger. 7 times with a little rest. And then we're going to lift it out of the way and use our little finger down to our second finger. Then we're going to do that again. Third finger and little finger. I'll do that little section again for you. And finally, we're going to really drill this little finger and our third finger. Now, chances are this will be the weakest ones, and it's worth really nailing them, because if you get your little finger and your third finger good, it can make quite a lot of more advanced stuff much more playable when you've got stretches and this kind of thing. So this is a really great way to start building some strength and independence between those two digits. And what we're going to do here, we've got 1, 2, 3 all lined up, and we're going to pull off our little to our third finger like this. We're going to do it 4 times with a little rest at the end. So let me just clarify that. Actually, we're doing it 7 times with a rest, but we're doing that 4 times, okay? So if I put that whole exercise together for you really slow, you can have a listen to what it sounds like. So that's that exercise. Now, it is quite mechanical. It's not really musical, but I just feel like a couple of minutes a day spent on that is a pretty small price to pay in order to develop your fretting hand. And like I said earlier, you will notice a difference really, really quickly. Sometimes just after a few minutes, I'll bet you notice a difference. Leave a comment underneath if you do. Let me know how you get on with it. Also, practice it on different strings and different string sets. I might practice it down on a low E. Now here, and so on. And remember here, your first finger wants to be slightly flat, so you're muting these strings. Okay, you don't want any noise coming from them. So I won't play the whole thing on that string, but move it in different places around the net to get the sort of maximum benefit from doing this. A couple of points to help you get the most out of this: practice it consistently. You know, if you practice this for like 2 minutes a week, it isn't really going to pay off. But if you practice it for 2 minutes or 3 minutes every day or 5 days a week, it really will pay off big time, and you'll notice a difference very quickly. So you've got to be consistent with it. It isn't the kind of thing that works if you just do it now and then. Also, make sure that you're not just playing the exercise, but that you're getting control of your fingers. Now, you can tell if you're getting control of your fingers by things like, are they really in time? And are the notes even? You know, you don't want your fingers to be independent but make the notes sound out of time and sloppy, because that's going to just mean your playing's going to sound out of time and sloppy, and we don't want that. So be strict with yourself. Maybe use a metronome or a drum loop or something to help you keep it really in time and get the notes even volume, even attack. Now, this isn't about speed, although you can gradually work it up to speed. Take it slow, get it steady, get your fingers working properly. That's really the most important thing with an exercise like this. So that's about it for today's lesson then. I really hope that that helps out you guys and girls who emailed me saying that you were having problems with your finger independence. This exercise is a tried and tested one. I certainly didn't invent it, and I've seen lots of other players use things like this as well. But it does work, so it will work for you if you put a bit of time in with it. If you're watching this on YouTube and you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button and subscribe right now. And also, if you've got any comments, questions or anything else, leave them below, because I will reply to your comment. I try and reply to all of them. So thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for being a member, and I really look forward to seeing you again in another members only session very soon. So take care till then, and I'll catch you next time.